Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, Ikamalanga and Siwe. I talk about feminine energy, inner healing and becoming the best version of yourself so that you can live your best life. So if that is something that interests you, please click the like button below and subscribe to my channel and stick around. Okay guys, today I have prepared my notes here. Please grab your journal so that you can write your notes. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys 7 steps that you can take to heal your wounded feminine energy. If you did watch my previous video, I was sharing with you guys and I was sharing with you on what is feminine energy, where is it coming from, what is masculine energy, and where is it coming from, right? So today we are talking about a wounded feminine. Remember, we are all, in fact all of us, women and men, we are all born with feminine energy and masculine energy. As women, we are born with a stronger feminine energy, and men, they are born with a stronger masculine energy, right? However, now this feminine energy and masculine side have a very unhealthy way of expressing itself, and that is called the wounded part, the wounded feminine or the wounded masculine. Now these wounds, today this video is only for, in this video we are only focusing on the wounded feminine. Now where these wounds come from, right? These wounds, they come from past traumas, they come from the past pains that we experienced in the past. They're coming from childhood traumas, they're coming from romantic partners in previous relationships, they're coming from society where we have felt unsafe, you know, they're coming from all the past pains, the pains in the past that we have experienced. That's where these wounds coming from, right? Now these wounds, these feminine energy wound, they show up in our lives as being as having low self-worth. I had a lot of, in fact, I didn't know my self-worth. I have no idea whatsoever. I did not know my self-worth. So that was one of the signs that, okay, I was a wounded feminine. So these wounds, they show up in our lives as having a low self-worth, as having a lot of insecurities, as having weak boundaries or a lack of boundaries, right? Being over emotional or not even knowing how to control your emotions, being stuck in a victim mode, right? Being manipulative and over apologizing. Yes, being manipulative and over apologizing. And they show up also as someone who's constantly chasing love, being desperate for love. If you're chasing love, you're desperate for love, please ask yourself why are you constantly chasing love? Why are you desperate for love? Ask yourself these questions, right? And also they show up as someone who's constantly seeking approval, outside approval. You're always having to ask if you want to do something. If you want to do something, you have an idea, you have something that you want to do, you always go out to ask from someone, do you think this is okay? Do you think I can do? That is seeking outside approval. You should ask yourself questions. Why? Why is that you cannot trust yourself? Why do you have to ask for someone? I used to ask a lot of questions when I have something. I would ask someone, do you think this is okay? Do you think I can do that? Like, that was not okay. I used to ask a lot, but I had a good friend who was patient with me, but it was not okay. It's not okay always asking outside approval, always chasing love, always seeking love. It's not okay. Having a lot of insecurities, having weak boundaries or no boundaries at all, right? So if you see these signs that I'm sharing with you guys, please don't feel bad. Don't feel bad and just criticize yourself. Don't do that. But the only thing that you can do is to be happy that now you understand why do you show up in the world the way you do. Why do you have a lot of emotions, why you have a lot of insecurities, why you have a lot of insecurities, and why do you constantly chasing love? Why are you tolerating abuse in a relationship? Why are you scared of being alone? You know, you should be happy. You should be happy when you see these things, because now you know you are a wounded feminine, right? And when you notice that you are a wounded feminine, of course you're going to seek ways on how to heal this wounded feminine. You understand? So please don't criticize yourself, and also don't just, please don't ignore this. Don't ignore these signs that I'm sharing with you guys. Do not ignore them, because if you do ignore these wounds, you're deepening the wound, and these wounds, they're actually going to be recreating themselves in you. If they're going to be recreating themselves, you're deepening the wounds. And then if you maybe have a child, you get married in the future and have children, you're going to pass these wounds to your children, to your daughter, to your sons. So make a decision to heal these wounds, right? And I'm here with you all the step of the way, right? So now these are the 7 ways that I have done to heal my wounded feminine. Remember, everything that I'm sharing with you guys, everything that I'm sharing with you, it's something that I have done myself, or it's something that I am doing, right? I am healed, but I'm healing every day, right? So everything I'm sharing with you is something that I've done, and it worked for me, and it's still working for me. So number 1, 7 steps to heal your wounded feminine. Number 1 is to heal your inner child. Your inner child is a 5-year-old version of you. Remember, I don't know how old you are, whether you're 35 or you're 36 or you are 40, but there is a 5-year-old little girl in you. There is a 5-year-old little girl in you. So number 1 on healing your wounded feminine is to heal your inner girl, right? Is to heal your inner child, which is a 5-year-old you, right? Now, how are you going to do this? You're going to do this by parenting yourself. You're going to parent yourself, right? If you have a child, if you have a 5-year-old girl, how do you look at that girl? How do you look at your child? How do you parent your child? That's what you're going to do to you now. You're going to parent the 5-year-old in you, right? Now, I have 3 journal prompts to share with you. You're going to have, you do have a journal. I know you do have a journal. So one of the things that you're going to do is to heal your inner child, right? And also number 2, you're going to learn to journal. You're going to learn to journal. You're going to journal about your feelings, about everything that is going on in your mind, in your body, right? But I've got 3 journal prompts to share with you so that you can start journaling, right? Number 1, what is something that happened in my childhood that still bothers me? What is something that happened in my childhood that still bothers me? Right, you're going to write your answer in your journal. Number 2, what message did I receive about what I needed to do to get love? What message did I receive about what I needed to do to get love? You're going to answer that. A lot of us, we felt like there's a lot of things that we need to do in order to be loved. It's like we felt like there's something that we have to do in order to deserve love, you know, which is so wrong. So what is something that you had, something that you needed to do in order to be loved, right? Yeah. And number 3, what you did not like about your childhood. What is it that I did not like about my childhood that I would like to change now, right? So please take your time and answer these questions in your journal. And now when you're answering these questions, you might feel a lot of emotions. You might want to cry. If you want to cry, cry. Your emotions are valid. Doesn't matter how you feel. All of them, they are valid. So if you want to cry, cry. Let your emotions come out. Don't block your emotions. If you want to cry, cry while you're writing this. I'm going to repeat them. Number 1, what is something that happened in your childhood that still bothers you? Number 3, what message did I or did you receive about what you needed to do in order to be loved, right? Number 3, what did I not like about my childhood that I would like to change? So these journal prompts are going to help you to begin to journal, right? Now point number 3 on these steps is mothering yourself. You're gonna start mothering yourself. That is point number 3. You're gonna mother yourself. That is paying attention to how you feel. That is paying attention to how you're feeling and why do you feel this way. You're gonna mother yourself. Number 3, number 4, number 5, I don't know. You're gonna write a letter. This letter, you're writing it to the old version of you. You're gonna write the letter about all your childhood, everything that happened in your childhood. I remember when I did this step, it took me a week for me to finish writing my letter, and I think it finished almost half of my book. It finished half of the journal that I was using. So take your time to write this letter. Start from the age of 5. Start where you remember. Write this letter to your old self. What happened? You know, when you're writing, when you're putting your pen in the paper, when you're writing about what happened in your childhood, how was your childhood? How did it feel? You know, everything that happened, when you're writing it down, it's healing. It's a beginning of a healing journey. Please don't underestimate this. Write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to yourself about everything that happened in your childhood. Every experience, every sadness, every pain, every guilt, every shame that you felt in your childhood. Write it down. What happened? Everything that happened. Write it down, you know. And that is the beginning of a healing journey. When you're writing everything, you're taking these things out, you're healing. That is the beginning of a healing journey, you know. So please do this. And number 5, if not number 6, you're gonna start practicing meditation. I'm sorry guys. You're gonna start practicing meditation. You know, why I'm saying start practicing meditation. It helped me a lot, guys, because I was an overthinker. For me, I was always in here. I was always in my mind. I imagined myself having conversation with people who have hurt me without actually having a real conversation with these people. But I was having that conversation in my mind, constantly having a conversation in my mind, overthinking all the time. I was overthinking, having a lot of negative thoughts, having a lot of scary thoughts. My brain was always pacing, and also my brain was always seeking a way it can defend myself, or a way it can protect myself, because I have believed that the world was a hostile place to be. You know, so I've believed that the world was a hostile place to be. I believe that life is this giant bear who's running after me to eat me and kill me. You know, so my brain was always busy, guys. I had a lot of negative thoughts. But now, when I started practicing meditation is like sitting down. It's being mindful. You sit down straight. You close your eyes and you focus on your breath. You focus on your breath. Trust me, the negative thoughts will come and go. They'll come and go. However, now, because you are being mindful, you will catch all the negative thoughts. You will ask yourself, okay, is this true? And I'm like, no, it's not. And then that's how you change your brain, you know. So please practice meditation. Give it a chance. I call it being mindful, you know. Give it a chance. Give it a try. You know, also for me, growing up feeling invisible, growing up feeling not being enough, that has made me to be always in my mind. I would ask myself, how are the other girls doing it? How are they making it in life? I would always be asking myself a lot of things, and I will always be comparing myself. And that is not good, you know. So when you're practicing meditation, when you're practicing being mindful, you're slowing down. You're slowing down. Remember, your body is gonna rebel. Your body is gonna rebel. But when you sit down and you focus on your breath, that is gonna be a game changer for you. All right. And then number 7, you're gonna witness your inner child. Witnessing your inner child is how she feels, right? Observing what you went through as a child. Observe what you went through as a child, as a 5-year-old. This is like, imagine what you went through happening to another 4 or 5-year-old. Do that. Imagine what you went through as a 5-year-old. Imagine exactly everything that happened to you happening to another 5-year-old. You know, so that is going to help you to have compassion for you, for the inner child, for knowing what you went through. So please witness your inner child, right? And then number 6, you're going to acknowledge the inner child. That is acknowledging the emotional wounds that you have been carrying for years, the emotional wounds that you've been carrying for years. So acknowledge the inner child, acknowledge what you went through, and that is also going to help you to understand, why do you behave the way you do? Why do you show up in the world the way you do? It's because of what you went through as a child. You hold on in toxic relationship, that where you're being abused, you're being beaten up. You stay in this relationship. Why? You know why? Because you were once left alone. At the young age, you were love starved, you were neglected as a child, so you're scared of being left alone. That's why you hold on in these toxic relationship. And in fact, the fact that you're staying in that toxic relationship, that means you are toxic as well. Otherwise, the best version of you would not tolerate nonsense. The best version of you would never tolerate abuse. That's why I'm saying, please work on yourself. Give yourself a chance. Don't focus on the other person. Don't focus on your boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend or your husband or anybody. Focus on you. Focus on you. What you can do for you to be the best version of yourself, you know. And then lastly, what you're going to do is to validate yourself. You're going to validate your inner child. That is, I see you. I hear you. I love you. You are enough. So you're doing that to the inner child, which is the inner child in you. You're validating the child, because a lot of things in our lives, your emotions, my emotions, your needs, my needs, they were not validated. So please validate yourself. You know, like, I hear you. If you're craving love, you're craving attention, that is not you. That is the 5-year-old in you. But now, when you're saying to the child, I hear you, I hear you, I am here now, I love you, you are enough. When you're validating the child, that is a different ball game, you know. So please do this for yourself. And everything that I did, guys, the steps that I've taken, the last one is having empathy for yourself. Have empathy for your child. Having empathy for yourself, meaning having empathy for the inner child, is going to help you to have empathy for yourself. That is feeling the feelings that you know that you went through, you know, feeling for yourself, knowing what you went through. Everything that I'm sharing with you guys, it's something that I've done for myself. Please heal your inner child. And everything that I've done, I did it, guys. For me, I did everything in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. I did everything, and then I would ask God to guide me. I would ask God to direct me. I would pray before I do my meditation. I would pray before doing everything, because I believe that God did not create me to come on this earth to struggle, to suffer. No, He did not. God had a grand purpose for creating me, and one of that purpose was for me to glorify His name. You know, so He did not create me and you to suffer. He did not create for me and you to live in shame. You know, so please do this and have grace with yourself. Have grace with yourself. Love yourself. Have compassion for what you know you went through. You know, love yourself. And I am hoping and I'm praying that this video is gonna reach the old version of me who went through childhood traumas like I did, you know. So guys, I am gonna be here with you again next week, and I'm gonna be sharing with you on another video on what you can do to be the best version of yourself. Oh, that's it from me today. Bye bye, and I love you so much. Bye.